Hello, all my lovely subscribers and followers. Welcome to any newcomers. It is Maggie, the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your February 2024 general reading. We're looking at the first half of February, from the 1st through the 15th, roughly, time always being a bit fluid. This reading is for the air sign of Gemini, our lovely twins. That's Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's also relevant if you are cross-watching for a Gemini as well. It's a general reading, so it may resonate differently for each of you. Take what resonates and is helpful for you and leave the rest behind. If something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, or the reading style resonates with you, if you are interested in a personal reading with me or as a gift for someone else, or information about that, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that info by clicking the description or title of this video. I would love to hear from you. And I can usually get back to you the same day with more information or within the 24 hours. I offer a pretty wide variety of readings, different types, lengths, costs. There's something in there for everyone. And still pretty popular right now are the 6 and 12-month overviews, which give you a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months. You can order them any time of the year. It goes from the time of the reading forward, however long you're wanting to look. But a lot of people like to do them at the end of one year, beginning of a new year, for that new annual cycle. So something to think about. Anyway, let's move right into this. I am using some new decks. The Tarot Royal Deluxe by artist Ciro Marchetti. Beautiful artwork. I love his designs. And a version of the Radiant Rider Waite. It's the gold foil version. Hopefully it won't be too reflective on screen. Beautiful, beautiful cards. All right, let's move forward and see what's in store for Gemini for the first half of February 2024. All right. We have the Page of Swords. So pages usually represent messages, young people, students, apprentices. This is the page of information. He's sometimes called the spy of the tarot. But he's really about just gathering information, news. Could be that you've received some with the Eight of Swords, but feeling trapped, feeling held back, feeling held hostage, potentially or possibly by external circumstances or influences. But it's a bit illusionary, right? It's not to say that the source of your fears, doubts, concerns aren't valid, but the Eight of Swords represents somebody who feels trapped by what's going on in their own head, because Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our mind, our intellectual landscape, which is our belief systems, how we think, how we perceive things, our ideologies, because that really decides what we tell ourselves reality is and how we react to that. So the Eight of Swords is somebody who says, well, I can't move left, I can't move right, I can't move forward, I can't move backward because of these influences, because of this person, place, or situation. I can't, I'm trapped. Fill in the blank, whatever reasons, excuses, justifications. It's typically because we're afraid of an unknown future. So we tell ourselves we can't, we're trapped, we're held hostage, or we're obligated because of something. It might be for some of you that you're afraid of speaking some kind of truth because you're afraid of what the reaction will be. Next, we have the Ten of Coins. Or Pentacles, it's the Ten of Earth. Long-term stability and security could be connected to family, family home, family money, family business, family property, family estate, business, job, work. This is feeling like you have enough stability and security that you're not worried about the future. It can be financially, materially. It can be emotionally with relationships as well. Like that could be the marriage card. It's feeling like you're feeling secure about your long-term future. With the Nine of Coins, which is independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment. It may be for some of you that you, in your work and career life, you work a job or you have your own business, or you work for yourself, or you work as a contractor. It's provided you with some financial and material substance, and freedom of movement, freedom of setting your own schedule, and things like that as well. But in terms of long term security and stability, it may not provide that, and you're constantly worried about the future, about, how's business going to be, or how's clients going to be, or, constantly kind of worried about that. Um, it may be that you need to explore different paths, or you're thinking about exploring something new, but you feel a bit held back, or you feel kind of trapped because you're afraid of giving up what you have now to that you at least know about, right? Like the devil that you know, rather than looking to see what else is available for you, or pursuing a different path because you're afraid of what it might cost you. Basically, fear of an unknown future. Next, we have the six of coins. This is a card of giving and receiving, paying attention to the balance of giving and receiving. It can represent being given a gift, giving a gift. It can represent taking a look at whether it's even give and take. With that, we have the Four of Coins, which is a card of economy. It can be sometimes a card of, sometimes nicknamed the miser card. It's a card of being careful, of adhering to a budget, of sometimes being very protective and guarded over what you have, not willing to share or give out because you're afraid that you won't be left with much, right? Both of these cards together can represent that you may have been devoting yourself to a path that keeps you just financial, material, or even emotional with relationships, that keeps you going, but just, right? Again, it doesn't provide that long-term security and stability. We'll clarify that. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Five of Swords, a hard-won victory, or a victory that comes from, that's comes from having to make perhaps some painful sacrifices, turning a loss into a victory, because perhaps some of the challenges or the pain in the Five of Swords can represent cutting yourself free from people, places, and situations that aren't on board with where you want to be, where you need to be going. And so, sometimes we have to separate ourselves from those people who don't support us in a path of what we feel we need and we want, and we have to distance ourselves from them. Feels like you're kind of at a crossroads here, Gemini. Let's clarify. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, our information gatherer. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Sun. Six of Pentacles is the same as the Six of Coins, which we have. So it may be that there's an offer or opportunity that's presenting itself, or there's news information, or you're receiving news information, or you need to do the research because there's an offer or opportunity out there that will uplift this, that will lift up this strain and stress of thinking about long-term security and stability, because that's what the Sun does. It's the most positive card in the tarot, especially in its ability to influence others. This is about being given a gift or an opportunity that alleviates some kind of strain or weight here. But that Eight of Swords says, I can't because, let's take a look at that. Because you're afraid of what it will cost you. The Five of Cups. That's what's kind of holding you back here, right? This Five of Cups says it's a card of sorrow, grief, loss, regret even. You're afraid to move forward on this new path, so it's kind of like you're frozen, you're paralyzed at the crossroads because you're afraid if you're telling yourself you're caught between a rock and a hard place. If I move forward on this new path, I have no guarantee of the future, even though it promises perhaps more long-term stability and security than what I have now. But what I have now, at least I know and I'm familiar with. This could be work, career, money, could be a relationship, it could be a combination of both, one which heavily influences the other. Let's take a look at this 9 and 10 of coins. Ten of Swords and the Moon. This is a lot of fear and insecurity about an unknown future with the Moon card. But the Ten of Swords says, coming to a painful or uncomfortable realization that something is at an end, that something either has ended or it's simply not going to work out the way that you wanted. And it presents two choices. Do I make my peace and stay within it? Or do I move forward in an unknown future because I'm afraid of doing that? I'm afraid I'll lose, XYZ by doing that. 6 of coins, 4 of coins. The World. Yeah. Whatever this new path, new option, new opportunity, whether you're currently exploring it or it's simply fallen into your lap, it represents the end of a cycle. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot, right? The first card is the Fool. All the cards in between then represent a cycle in our life. We go through many, learning, growing, succeeding, failing, but learning all the time, right? One cycle of the tarot represent a chapter or a set of chapters in our life for significant mileposts, right? We go through many of them. So the World card represents that this offer within it, something is coming to an end, right? You've summited the mountain. There isn't anything left to be gained. This is a card of graduation, so you can move on to a new landscape, a new horizon that's filled with different options and opportunities, but it does require closing the door on the old one. The Hierophant, it may be, if you've been working independently, it may be going back to work under the umbrella of an organization. If you've been kind of footloose and fancy-free in relationships, or a relationship that didn't really have much long-term security and stability or the assurance of that, it can represent, looking for something that's more solid, stable, secure, like marriage, something like that. The Seven of Pentacles, or coins, it's the same thing, 7 of Earth. This is taking stock. It's taking a look at what you have been doing, what you have been investing in, and asking yourself, what do I have to show for my efforts? Can I change anything? Should I leave it behind and start something new? What should I do? It's a card of evaluation, taking stock, taking inventory. Let's clarify that overall energy of the 5 of Swords, which is kind of the theme, the focus. Should I keep pushing forward even though it may cost me? Will the end justify the need? Seven of Wands, 9 of Swords, yeah. Stress, anxiety, fear of an unknown future, fear of what it may cost you, fear of, fill in the blank, it's like the sky falling in kind of energy. Am I always going to be pushing, striving all the time? What is this going to cost me? It may cost a lot, but it may end up being worth it. It may be the best decision that you've ever made, right? Let's see what Spirit thinks. Let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Knight of Swords. Spirit thinks that you should begin to move forward in a very decisive, assertive, action-oriented way. The Knight of Swords takes all the information and learning from the Page of Swords and begins to move forward and manifest with it in a very decisive, smart, planned, but decisive and action-oriented way. It's fish or cut bait, basically. 2 of Pentacles, or 2 of Coins, 2 of Earth. This is about making Being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, probably a practical, logistical one as well. Could be for work, career, finance. Could be relationship too, or work, career, finance that in some way affects or influences a relationship. 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. This is long-term security and stability in the emotional range. In relationships, it could be marriage. This is a very classic marriage combination, kind of sealing the deal, right? What Spirit is saying here is they're encouraging you to move down the path that leads to long-term security and stability, particularly emotionally in anything where the home and family is concerned. Okay, I think I will leave it there, Gemini. Those are your messages for the first half of February. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope they resonated, gave you food for thought, validated what you were already thinking, gave you something to chew on again. If it did resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, or you simply like the reading style, if you are interested in a reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you. And again, you can see that contact info by clicking the title or the description of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February mid-month readings. Stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.